All right, good afternoon. My name is Paul Green. I'm the Director of Operations for the Oklahoma Department of Transportation. I want to thank you for participating in our Work Zone Awareness event. Certainly want to recognize our partners in law enforcement, first responders, the contractors, and ODOT employees that are with us here today. Work Zone Awareness Week is an annual nationwide cooperative effort to educate drivers about work zone safety and to honor those who dedicate their lives to the road. We're here today at one of our largest work zones underway in Oklahoma, a $71 million project to widen I-35 and reconstruct State Highway 9 East and Lindsay Street interchanges, which includes a single-point urban interchange at Lindsay. This work zone will be in place for about 2 years. Oklahoma's work zones are not just established construction zones like this. They can happen at any time, any place, for emergency responders working on an accident, or for our routine maintenance or emergency repairs that we have to do with our maintenance forces. The flashing lights should be an immediate sign to drivers to watch their speed, move over if possible, and put aside their distractions behind the wheel. In 2014, Oklahoma work zone collision figures show 10 were killed in work zones, 600 were injured in 1,145 crashes. While these numbers are down slightly from a year before, it's obvious that any one accident is too many in a work zone. The greatest number of collisions resulted in people following too close, traveling at unsafe speeds, and driver inattention. Motorists have a role in keeping everyone safe inside a work zone. They need to remain aware and set aside distractions when traveling through work zones on this project and other work zones throughout the state.
Like Paul said, I'm the maintenance engineer for Division 4, which is an area that covers the north-central part of the state from the Kansas line all the way down south of Norman, including the Oklahoma City area. We're responsible for maintaining the highways and fixing any emergency repairs or fighting snow and ice. And we don't have the luxury in our day-to-day work of working on a project like this where we have physical barriers, shutting down the road or having a barrier wall to protect us from traffic. I work with 12 crews and about 120 employees, and we ask those folks every day to go out and work out along I-35 with cars driving by 70 miles an hour in areas like that within a few feet of traffic. And our only protection, our work zone traffic control mainly consists of signs, flashing lights, cones, and things of that nature. And many times in emergency situations or very short-term operations, we only have flashing lights. And we ask those folks to go out there and stand, and it's very stressful to stand next to traffic when they're going by 70 miles an hour. And we understand that all of us drive-by workers, and we're driving and we're paying attention, and we see them, and we know that we're not going to hit those folks. But when you're standing out there and 1,000 cars are coming by you, within an hour or two on a heavy traffic highway, you don't know for sure whether they are watching you or seeing you or not. For instance, on a rural 2-lane highway with pretty low traffic, we had a crew pull off the road to do an activity that only took a few minutes. They pulled their pickup well off the road and parked and got out, and in the few minutes they were out of the pickup, another vehicle with a distracted driver came through and ran off the road and totaled that piece of equipment. And fortunately, that's all it did was ruin a piece of equipment, and it didn't destroy any lives or injure anyone. But they could have just easily been standing at the pickup, or that driver could just have easily have left the roadway where they were at and not where the pickup was at. And knowing that there's a possibility of those types of accidents that could occur any time makes it very stressful to do your job. And then having multiple cars driving by and the occasional honk or yell, things like that just make it even harder to concentrate on what you're doing. So what we would ask the drivers to do is to be very attentive, especially if you see orange signs or flashing lights. That's time to put the cell phones down and time to not play with the radio or not adjust speakers or the air conditioner. Don't be picking up your Coke bottle to take a drink. Pay attention and be attentive while you drive through that work zone.